section. In an actual test, you will answer 35 to 45 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 types of tasks. You will not be able to return to previous questions.
Listening section. In the listening section, you will answer 35 to 45 questions to demonstrate how well you understand spoken English. There are 3 types of tasks. You will not be able to return to previous questions. Module 1. The clock will show you how much time you have to complete each question. You can use next to move to the next question. The first task is listen and choose a response. In this task, you will listen to a sentence or question. You will then read 4 sentences and choose the option that is the best response.
Did you get your student ID replaced?
How do I sign up for the tutoring service?
Didn't I warn you that the campus parking lot fills up quickly?
If you see a billing error, report it to Ms. Stevens.
Where is the career fair being held?
Isn't your group reporting its lab findings today?
So the Wi-Fi is free to all students?
I'm afraid it's too late to register for the class.
Listen to a conversation.
Adam, could I borrow your notes from the behavioral economics class? I missed this morning's lecture.
Again?
Well, it's hard to get there by 8 o'clock.
You shouldn't schedule any early classes next semester. You're not a morning person.
You've hit the nail on the head, but it's too late to do anything about that.
That's true. So, do you want to copy the notes now?
I'll just take a picture of them if that's all right.
Sure.
Listen to a conversation.
Hey, did you get a chance to see the student painting exhibit yet? It's in the art gallery.
Not yet. I was over at Milton Hall yesterday helping to set up for the wellness workshop. I'm completely swamped with assignments, but I'll try to swing by.
If you do, be sure to grab a headset at the entrance. They've got a great audio tour that explains each artist's work.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Listen to an announcement in a classroom.
Before we begin, I'd like to inform you all that the research paper will now be due 3 days later than originally scheduled. There was a technical issue with the database over the weekend, and many of you were unable to access the necessary materials. The new due date is November 10th, so please turn it in by then. If you have further problems with the database, please contact the IT team directly.
Listen to an announcement in a university cafeteria.
Attention students. The cafeteria has updated its menu to better accommodate those with food allergies. Based on comments and suggestions from students, we've added more allergy-friendly items, including options that are dairy-free, gluten-free, and nut-free. These items are clearly marked on both the printed and digital menus. If you have questions about the ingredients in any of our dishes, please feel free to speak with a cafeteria staff member or check the dietary information available on the dining services website.
Listen to a talk on a podcast about sociology.
The expression, "go with the flow," is often seen as positive, but in groups it can lead to poor outcomes, especially when critical thinking is replaced with a desire for harmony. This psychological phenomenon is known as groupthink. Instead of considering alternative ideas or analyzing risks, people may refrain from expressing their doubts to maintain unity within the group. This often happens when the group faces pressure to make quick decisions or is isolated from outside opinions. The result can be flawed or irrational decisions that no one would make on their own. A well-known instance in which groupthink had a major effect was the 1961 Bay of Pigs invasion. Senior U.S. government officials, including President Kennedy's closest advisors, approved a poorly planned mission to overthrow the Cuban government. Although several members had private concerns, few voiced them openly. The group prioritized agreement and loyalty over open and honest discussion, leading to a major military and political failure. This event is frequently cited as an illustration of the dangers of group decision-making. So, what steps can we take to avoid the negative effects of groupthink? It's important to watch for signs such as a lack of debate, emphasis on conformity, or dismissal of contradictory evidence. Input from outsiders should be invited, and a devil's advocate should be used to challenge ideas to help explore all perspectives. By creating an environment in which disagreement is accepted and encouraged, groups are more likely to make sound, well-reasoned decisions.
How many chairs should I set up for the workshop?
Who will lead the selection committee this year?
Would you mind saving me a seat in class? Listen to a conversation.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with these graduate school applications.
Is there something in particular that's troubling you?
I'm not sure how to differentiate myself from the other candidates.
Are you using a general personal statement?
I was planning to. Why do you ask?
Well, admissions committees appreciate when applicants reference unique aspects of their program.
You mean like specific research opportunities or faculty?
Exactly. Tailor each application to the specific program. That will more clearly demonstrate that you're a good fit for the program.
That makes sense. I'll revise accordingly.
Listen to a conversation.
Ugh. This construction near the dorms is driving me crazy. It's so noisy that I can't focus on studying.
Oh, right, they're replacing the sidewalk near the fitness center.
That's what it's for? I had no idea. How much longer will it take?
I'm not sure.
Well, I guess I'll just head to the library to study in the meantime.
Good call.
Listen to a talk in an environmental science class.
For much of human history, people have had very little control over the forces of nature. However, through the development of new technologies, manipulating weather conditions has become possible. One such intervention is cloud seeding, which is used to try to increase rainfall in dry areas. In this process, certain substances are added to clouds to encourage precipitation. One of the most common substances used is silver iodide, which has a structure that is similar to that of ice. When it is released into clouds, either by aircraft or ground-based equipment, moisture collects on the surface and forms ice crystals. These crystals then grow larger and eventually fall as rain or snow. While cloud seeding can be beneficial, it does raise some concerns. For example, some people worry about the possible environmental impact of releasing chemicals like silver iodide into the atmosphere. There's also debate about whether it actually works as effectively as supporters claim. Researchers are still studying the long-term effects and reliability of cloud seeding. But keep in mind that even if it does appear to be successful, it may not always be the perfect solution. There are a few shortcomings of this method that we need to consider, which I'll cover now.
Listen to a talk in a psychology class.
The brain has an extraordinary ability to reorganize itself, both structurally and functionally, in response to learning, experience, or injury. The developing brain in early childhood is particularly responsive to input. But even in adulthood, targeted practice can yield significant cognitive gains through an ability called neuroplasticity. Now, when I say plasticity, I'm not suggesting it's soft like moldable clay. What I mean is that its structure isn't fixed. Neural pathways can be strengthened, weakened, or even entirely rerouted, depending on how frequently they're used. Let me tell you about a well-documented study involving London taxi drivers. These drivers undergo years of training to memorize the city's complex layout, navigating approximately 25,000 streets without the use of maps or sat-nav. Researchers found that the hippocampus, an area of the brain involved in spatial memory, was significantly larger in these taxi drivers compared to London bus drivers. This highlights how high cognitive demand and the repeated use of certain pathways can physically reshape brain structures. One of the most promising aspects of neuroplasticity is its practical value in both education and healthcare. In response to experience, individuals can recover from injuries such as strokes or adapt after losing one of their senses, like sight or hearing. In the classroom, neuroplasticity explains how repeated practice strengthens memory and skill acquisition. In sum, neuroplasticity underscores the brain's dynamic nature, capable of adaptation, recovery, and growth well beyond childhood.